Hi, lovelies. Welcome to Managing My Money with Rosa. Today, we are going to talk about Transfer Thursday, which is where we are intentionally investing for our future. If you're new here, my name is Rosa. My channel is all about my personal budgeting journey. It is about cash envelopes, sinking funds, savings challenges, how we stash our money, where we stash our money, but most importantly, why we stash our money. It is also a little bit about our investing journey. If any of that is of interest to you and you have not already, I'd really appreciate if you push subscribe down below. If you are a subscriber, thank you so much for coming back and spending a little bit more of your time with me. I cannot tell you how much I appreciate it. Everyone, please take a second, smash that thumbs up button for me. All right, so I've been doing Transfer Thursday. This, I think, is the third one I've done this year. I used to do a weekly dividend update every week for probably 2 years. And then when dividend investing really jumped off our radar, I stopped doing the updates and figured I'd get back into them a little bit, but not too much. And decided that Transfer Thursday was the perfect way to talk to you about our investing journey. So the first thing we're going to do today is talk about our retirement. I have an IRA tracker. Retirement for me is probably 20 years off still. I see myself working as long as my company is ultimately will let me work. I love working. I love my job. And that has a lot to do with why I'm probably going to work for forever. But one of the things and one of the ways I am in the process of saving for retirement is through an IRA. There are a couple of different IRAs you can choose from. You can choose a traditional or a Roth IRA. I've made a choice to do a Roth IRA. Roth means that it's after taxes, not pre-tax. Roth also means that any money that grows or that I earn inside of that account, when it comes out the other side, guys, it's tax-free. I don't have to worry about it. So in 20 years, when I need to pull money from my IRA, I can pull it and I know the government can't come and take any of that money from me. So that's why I choose to do a Roth IRA. You're like, Rosa, that says 2024. We're in 2025. I know. We've spent the last basically 2 years really focused on paying down our debt. Because of that, I really have minimally, basically $20 a paycheck has gone into funding my Roth IRA. That's not a lot of money. And when you have a max of $7,000, I never reach it because it hasn't been a priority. Currently, we are in the process of saving a 3 to 6 month emergency fund. That's $10,000. We already have 5 put away, and we're in the process of saving another 10,000. So the IRA still isn't a priority, but I'm allowed to continue putting money in until I reach $7,000 in my Roth IRA for 2024 until April. Basically, when taxes are due, I think it's April 15th. That's when I have to start putting money into my 2025 IRA. And I'm hoping shortly after April, I'll really be able to focus on my IRA. And when that happens, I want to be able to have all $7,000 to be able to fund as fast as I possibly can. So we are currently still putting money into our 2024 IRA. Now, since we've paid our debt, we're so lucky. I rated everything I possibly could, and we paid off our debt at the end of 2024. Most of that money now goes into, like I said, we're doing a $10,000 savings challenge, but I upped this from $20 a paycheck to $50 a paycheck. So we're only at $600 in my Roth IRA at the current moment, but that's okay. I know it's not going to reach $7,000 this year. We will work on making it up later. All right. So that's my IRA. The next thing, I just kind of wanted to go down a couple of things. So this is something that I used to do when I did my weekly dividend update, was I talked about a couple of things. And I kind of just threw everybody into this, and I've noticed that this really just isn't everybody's jam, and that's okay. But I thought I would explain a couple of things that I've just kind of skimmed over the last 2 videos. How I started investing. So we are on a dividend journey so that our dividends will pay for our life, basically. I actually, so everybody went home in March of 2020, and I started investing and playing in bounces in the stock market probably this summer. I really just was looking at what's low, what's going to go up. Everything had basically fallen in March. Put some money in and really got into all of it. By the end of summer, I was hot swinging in it. We were making some money, we were losing some money. It was kind of an even keel. Just so happened that I bought some Apple stock along the way, and I got my first dividend check, and I went, ooh, ooh. Now, it was not a whole heck of a lot, and that's when I really started to look at what should I expect to be paid on dividends? And that Apple stock, I was in it for growth. I was in it for a bounce, to be honest with you. But I realized that it only paid me like 1%. And I was like, oh, I make more than that in my high interest savings account. So I don't really think that's a good place to invest my money if the intent is to earn a check from them. So instead, I really went digging and looking, and I can't tell you how many YouTube videos. I started looking at dividend stocks and what were high payers, what were low, what's long term, found all kinds of things. And we'll talk about those slowly. But that's when I realized that dividends, because playing bounces, when I went back to work, I was a teacher at the time. I went back to work, back to the building, meant that I couldn't be on my app when I needed to be on my app to be able to play bounces anymore. So I needed a different strategy than trying to basically beat the market. And dividend investing was the new strategy, and we really started to increase our dividend portfolio so that we could get paid. And in the beginning, it was ridiculous. I mean, like, I might make enough to go buy some milk or maybe fast food for one of the people in the family. It really was not a whole lot, and I really didn't have a lot in any of them. So it just was a slow build. But that's how I started investing, and part of the why I'm investing, so that eventually when my honey retires, we don't have to worry about a check. I know that we will have stuff. That's the ultimate reason. I invest for our future so that maybe one day neither of us have to work. I'll probably keep working just because I love my job, but my honey's done, and it would be really nice to be able to replace his paycheck. So that's the why I invest. I also find it fun too. All right, goals. So I believe that not only should I know why I'm investing, I need to have goals because of this. We currently have a handful of goals. We have short-term goals. So the intent is to meet these by the end of 2025. The first one is I want to buy at least I want to buy at least $5 every month of every focus position. A focus position just means that I have some dividends that honestly I want out of. I'm done with them. However, like I bought, say, at like $4 and they're now down at $2. They're still paying me pretty well. I get a monthly check, but I want done with that stock. So I have no intention of continuing to grow that position, where I want to grow a different position. So the ones that I'll show you in just a little bit, those are the ones that I want to grow at least $5 every month. And so far in the month of January, we hit it. By the end of the year, I want to have an annual estimated income up to 750. Oh, I should, silly me, I'll rewrite that. I want it to be at least 750. I started the year, I use trackyourdividends.com. It's free. I love it. However, they've started to add a whole lot of ads and it drives me bonkers, but that's who I use, is trackyourdividends.com. And it tells me what is my estimated annual income. So when I polished everything off the end of 2024, updated all of it because I hadn't updated it in a while, it said that I was going to make an estimated $501. So that was like, cool. And then I updated it the end of January, and we are moving. I'll tell you in a little while where we're at with that. But I want to be up to $750 by the end of the year, and as an estimated annual income. That doesn't mean I'm going to make $750 this year, but that's what I would like for the 1 year estimate to be. By the end of 2025, I would like to have 4 positions that drip at least 1 or more shares per month. We started with 0 positions that did that. Now, what is drip and why is it in all caps? So I've learned a handful of things over the last 4 or 5 years. I am by no means a financial that's not my job. I'm not a financial person. Everything I've learned on my own. I've watched other people's videos. I've done research. I also have gotten with my brokerage and talked to them to learn more about investing. I've done some of their investing courses, and that's how I've learned things. But I am not a financial consultant. That's the word I'm looking for. But DRIP stands for Dividend Reinvestment Plan, and it's where my brokerage takes what I earn and it automatically puts it back into the stock that I have purchased. So I want at least 4 of my positions to earn me 1 or more bull shares. And that takes a lot of money, a lot of positions sometimes. I started the year with 0. We currently have 2. Yay! I made some choices when we had some extra money at the beginning of the year, and those choices helped me get to have 2 positions that are already there. I actually have a third that does it as well, but that's one of the positions I am not focused on, so it's not going to count in here. But I want 4 by the end of the year, which means I have at least 1 more that I know for a fact I'm going to be really focused on increasing that size anytime I have extra money. And I have to figure out what the 4th one's going to be. But I have, 10 more months, 11 more months to work this out, so I'm not too worried about it. We also have short-term goals or long-term goals. These goals for us range from 10 to 20 years. Some of these we may hit before the 10-year mark. Some of them may not be until the 10. Some honestly may not happen until I'm close to 6 or I'm close to 70. It just totally depends. So the first one is that I want to replace my honey's income. I don't know that that's going to happen in 10 years. I think it's going to take a little bit longer. But eventually, I would like to not have to worry about his income and allow him to he wants to be a stay-at-home house daddy. I have no problem with that. I love work. He hates work. Doesn't really matter to me. But this is going to be a very long-term goal. I don't see it happening as fast as he would like to retire, but it is what it is. But eventually, I'd like to replace his income. I currently have a rate of return of 8%. It's a little bit more than 8%. I'll talk about it in a little bit. My goal is to keep it at 8 or higher. That's better than I can get in any bank account right now. Some of my positions are really high. Some of my positions are like 1-2%. Those are ones that I'm sitting and waiting to get out of. Some of them, it's for the growth. I'm looking to eventually sell, and I want to make money on that particular stock, and it just so happens to pay me a dividend, which excites me. But the goal really is to keep it at 8% or higher. And then I would like every position to drip 2 or more shares every month. And again, that's a 10 to 20 year goal. That takes a lot of cash in the account, which leads us to, I would like to have a portfolio that's $10,000 or $100,000 or more. That's probably closer to like a 15-year goal. We are only at $7,216 as of the end of January. So that for me is a very lofty goal. Right now, I think we're going to add a couple $100 through this year. Unless, like I get Christmas money or birthday money or tax money, that kind of thing will help increase this. But eventually, I would like to have a $100,000 portfolio. It'd be really great if we could have it in 10 years or less, but with what we are intentionally investing, I don't see that happening right now. All right, let's see where we were on the to-do list. That's back to here. So those are my goals. What did I buy? And then we'll talk about what I got paid in January. All right, so I have these cute little sheets that I made for my investing challenge. And this is really just about making sure that we are buying our $5. I want at the end of the year, I want to see every sheet have a green shaded in. Advanced Auto doesn't get bought. It gets bought out of my honey's check. And actually, we try to grow this by at least $50 every month. Acre is one that actually is already dripping 1 share. Yay! Actually, it dripped more than 1.25. Love, 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 love it. I put $5 in. Oh, I use Fidelity as my brokerage. You can use any brokerage that you want. Everyone has their different pros and cons. One of the things that took me to Fidelity is that it is a full brokerage. So if I have questions, I can call and talk to somebody. They're always there to answer things. They have extra classes I can sit and take, someone to talk me through things, even some to give me some financial advice. So I use Fidelity. So I tell it I want $5. Sometimes it buys $5. Sometimes it doesn't buy $5. It just depends on how much the price of the stock is. And then it pops out how much of a share I get. And I ended the month of January with 29.5 shares, not including the 8/10ths that I just bought. AGNC is my other one that drips 1 share, actually more than one, yay! And I put in $5 in it, and I got just over half a share, and we ended the month with 86 shares for AGNC. Acre, again, another $5. I did not get paid from it, so I don't know I don't remember exactly what it's going to drip, but that's okay. We ended with just under 4 shares in January, plus this means we'll have 5 shares going into February, or finishing February. Yay! Not including if we get paid, but we'll be over 5 shares, which is lovely. BWLP. I actually bought BWLP for the first time in January, so that's what we ended with because we started with 0. I put in $5. It spit out 0.43 shares of BWLP. Yay! Almost half a share. Love that. So we will be just under 9, unless it drips, and I don't think it drips in February, but I don't remember. Cube did drip. Yay! Got paid. Love, 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 love to get paid every month. And we ended the month of January with 2.21 shares, and we bought 0.118 shares for $4.99. Duke is really expensive for me. This is one that's going to take forever to grow. I think it's at about $100 is around where Duke is at. So when I only put $5 in, it doesn't really grow very fast, but we ended the month with almost 1.5 shares. I bought $4.92, and I only got 0.044 shares, and that's okay. That's okay. EPD is another one that we started with just under 4. We ended with just over 4. I put $5 in and got 0.148. All right. FAGIX, put $5 in, and it popped out almost a half a share, 0.486. Oh, how silly of me. I didn't put this in. 12 and 10 is about 22 shares is what I ended the month with. I'll have to take care of that. FDHY, I put in $5. It spit out 0.101 shares, and we started with 3.5 and are just over 3.6 shares. So not a whole lot, but that's okay. FSPTX is one that does not pay me a dividend, but I want to grow this. This is for a growth position for me. So we are focused on putting $5 into it every month. It bought me 0.135. So we were just under 2.5 shares. Now we're just over 2.6 shares. IBM is outrageously expensive for me. I think it's at about $200. So I've decided, and it's one of my smallest positions, so I've decided to put $10 into it, and it spit out $9.89. It bought me 0.044 shares, which is minuscule, but it grew from just over 1.2 to over 1.2 and a half. So we're moving. It's going to take forever. The price of this is outrageous. I got in it at a really good price at my 1 share. And then if I had had money, I would have, if investing was the focus, I would have continued to grow it, but investing wasn't the focus. So it's just piddly little amounts. Mo, I told it to buy $5. I got $4.98 at 0.094. And we went from 7.2 to almost 7.5 shares. Yay! And that was everything I bought. And then the rest of these I will work on buying later in February. So we're just going to kind of scooch here because the last thing I want to talk about is what I got paid this month. Now this is itty bitty, and I know, and I'm really, really sorry. But ultimately I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 checks from 13 different stocks that we are in. The ones that are blank just don't pay this month. They pay quarterly. So I will get it once every 3 months. So some of these, like AAP, Advanced Auto Parts paid me this month. I won't get another check from them until April. They are also a quarterly. On the other hand, AG&C pays me every month, and I got paid 10/19, so I will get another paycheck from them. My total for January was $53.28. Yay! It's the most I've ever gotten. I went and looked at all of last year's, and I never got over $50, so I'm excited. Now, the months fluctuate. Some months are higher, some months are lower. It just totally depends on who I get paid by. Like AP, Advanced Auto Parts, and Acre, they pay me $12 between the two of them. I'm not getting that $12 next month. So whoever pays me next month is going to make that much. So this fluctuates, and that's okay. But I'm just excited that I made $53. $53 is almost enough to fill my honey's truck up once during the month. So it's looking at, I'm replacing something in the house. And for me, that would be putting gas in his truck. Now, all of this was reinvested. It helped my portfolio grow. And that, I love that too. So it's a way to grow my accounts without me having to put extra money in. My projected annual income is $601. My yield is 8.32. And although my portfolio is sitting at $7,216, I have to tell you that I am down $269, meaning that I have some stocks, like I own OXSQ. It's one that I am not interested in growing. I am way down in it, way, way, way down in it. On the other hand, ExxonMobil, I'm up in it. So it's a counterbalance of who I'm green and who I'm red. Green means I've made a profit, red means I'm at a loss. But overall, I am down $269 just in my dividend stocks alone. Really sad, but that's okay. They could grow in the next year. Doesn't matter. What I'm really looking at is the paycheck that I am earning from them every single month or every quarter. If you have any questions, and you might have a lot, you might not have any, but if you have any questions, I'll do my best to answer them down in chat below if you'd like. And I hope you have a great day. Bye, guys.